When you look at what is now presented in the package, where it's a 32% because that was the shares of Antigua and Barbuda within the LIAT family. As I said, it's an insult, and I think the government needs to rethink and to really do right by the people, because you're now saying you're only paying only people who reside in Antigua. So then you're not, holding the brief for people in Dominica, in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, in Grenada or Trinidad and Tobago. You have made yourself away, along with Barbados and St. Lucia, who have already paid their people. So that amount has to be less now.
But the government is saying over and over, Mr. Massiah, that they do not have a legal obligation to pay severance to even Antigans.
Well, if you understand, I feel different, and I will wait to test that in a different way. As a matter of fact, the Prime Minister would have said for me to sue him, if I feel that strong. I'm not going to go into that battle fight in that way. Our conviction that the government of Antigua and Barbuda should absorb that obligation morally. Whether you think it is legal, there's a moral obligation as a Labour government that you need to take care of working class people. Demonstrate to them that you have their interests at heart. And so if it is that you would have to then pay a lump sum and arrive at, let's say, a 50,000 and saying that everybody that is owed 50,000 would be cleared off. Anybody over 50,000 would be treated in the bond concept that you have now created. With this particular program that is on the table, again, I feel it's an insult, as I've said before. When you look at it, that the government is going to pay people every year the same time, and the deferred monies that are owed to the persons, they're only receiving 2% of interest. When the law says if you have my severance, it should be 10%. And I don't think that these are things that should be negotiated away. It's an injustice as far as I'm concerned to the workers, and that is where we stand. So we had a discussion with the grouping, those who came, so that they can air their views, and we continue to talk. What was very heartening is that we had representatives from the pilots, from the management, from the engineers, and so we are seeking to pull the team together for us to have further discussion as to how we can go forward.
A final question for me, Ms. Massiah. I know you're a very busy man, but a number of persons would have, in fact, taken some of the money that were placed on the table by the government. How do you feel about that?
To put it in a nutshell, that is why we are saying that whatever action an employee may take to go and take the money, that is on their own accord, because we don't feel that they should have had to. But some of the concerns raised by some former employees are that, they're facing some hardship. What is interesting is that those who would have signed in 2021 to the 50%, once they're going back again to collect any money, whatever amount they would have received back in 2021 would be subtracted from the 32%. And I feel, again, that is wrong, because you made a commitment. I signed an agreement with you that whatever the amount is at 50% would have been final settlement. So to come now and change it unilaterally and don't have the discussion with me, that is why I'm saying it's wrong. We need to have the dialogue. Say to people, well, this is the reason why I'm going here, there, whatever. But there was none.
Based on the feedback you're getting from the Prime Minister, I know I said it's my last question.
I have no feedback.
Based on the feedback you're getting from him, what he would have said publicly on his radio station, do you think that, he's ready to dialogue, to sit down with the union?
No, he's not. I don't think that he is understanding, and he's sad. I don't think that he understands the opportunity to sit down and discuss things with anyone. It is my way or no way. And that is what has been given. And it's unfortunate that in this era, that is the type of representation on a national basis that we would receive from our head of state.